Hi, today we're going to be talking about reverse mortgage for purchase. Tyler Fitzgerald, one of our experienced brokers here at Coldwell Banker Cucci Real Estate, has recently completed a transaction where he helped one of his clients be able to get into a home and use the reverse mortgage to purchase. So I've asked Tyler today to just share a little bit about his experience with this. So Tyler, why don't you tell us a little bit about how it happened and how it benefited your client to do this reverse mortgage?
Well, my client had quite a few investments after years of working, and he was going to retire and buy a house with cash. And he was going to accomplish that by selling off his investments. So I suggested maybe he think of using a reverse mortgage for purchase.
Sure.
What that allowed him to do was to keep his money, much of his money invested, and he only had to sell about half the amount for purchase to be able to buy the home. So the way it worked was he was able to put about 50% of the purchase price down in cash and on a reverse mortgage for purchase. That allowed him to live in the house until he dies with only about half the cost of the home.
So he was able to use the other half to keep in his savings account or whatever.
He kept it all invested.
He kept it all invested.
It was all invested.
So that money was making money for him, and he had no house payment. Now, what about the heirs? You know, that's one of the things that's always talked about with reverse mortgages is what about when he dies? What's going to happen?
But when he dies, then the house would pass to his widow in this case, and if she was to die as well, or when she dies, then the bank would give the heirs the option to buy the home for the market value at that time, and then they would pay off whatever needed to be paid off regarding
the underlying mortgage.
And if there's any money remaining in there with the reverse mortgage in the equity, then that would go towards the heirs as part of the sale.
So your client was able to use only half of the money that he was going to use, keep the other invested. His heirs still are able to benefit from the appreciation of the home.
That's correct.
Sounds like a win-win all the way together.
It was a very good deal because either way he was not going to have any principal or interest payments on that home, only taxes and insurance, and he would have still had those same payments even if he bought with all cash.
Wow.
But nothing would have been working for him. So half of his money remained invested and working for him, and then he still had no payments. So it worked as if it was a cash purchase, except for he still had half that money working in investments for him.
Well, Tyler, thank you for that, for sharing that experience. If you have questions about a reverse mortgage for purchase, please feel free to contact us at the phone number below or fill in the request form down below, and we'll make sure that you get contacted and pointed in the right direction. Reverse mortgages aren't for everybody, but it may be something that you might want to consider. Thanks so much. Have a great day.